Okay, so again, I'm in Microsoft Whiteboard now, okay? And I just set it up, and we're doing the first one by synthetic division, okay? So again, the first 4 came from the x minus 4, okay? Since we're dividing by that, we can use synthetic division. Okay? And for the polynomial, it looks like it's already in standard form, and we're not missing any terms. We have a degree 3 polynomial, but all the other terms of smaller degree are included. So we have 4, and the second 4 is from the leading coefficient. We have negative x squared, so that's minus 1. Okay. Looks like we have minus 14 is next. And then it looks like we have 24. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay. So again, I made the second row. So remember, what do you do first? You bring this 4 down, right? In the second column, I guess. Okay. Then you multiply. You have 4 times 4 is 16, and that goes up here. Okay. Okay. Now we add, right? Negative 1 plus 16, that's 15. Okay, that's good. So getting closer. 4 times 15 now. 4 times 15 is 60. And if you add that to negative 14, right? You're basically multiplying then adding. Then you'll get 46. And then 4 times 46, that's 184. And then you add, you get 208, like so. Okay, so that's good, synthetic division. Now, so with this example, we're actually done. Namely, the first 3 coefficients, the first 3 numbers are coefficients for the quotient. And the quotient is 1 degree less. So here our f, the dividend, was degree 3. The quotient will be degree 2. So our quotient, okay, our quotient then is 4x squared plus 15x plus 46. And the last number, the 208 in this case, that's the remainder. So the remainder here is 208. Let me I'm going to call this Q of x. We just fixed that. All right, there we go. Hopefully everyone can read that. There we go. And the remainder, R of x, is 208. Okay? So that's for the first one. Okay, so again, the first one we were able to do by synthetic division. Are there any questions on that? Okay, so let's do number 2 then. Number 2, I also did by synthetic division. I mean, you don't have to. I did only because we have x minus 6 here. Synthetic division is a little bit easier if you're able to use it. Okay, I mean, sometimes you have to do manipulations like we saw. Like, for instance, if this was x plus 6, then we would have to treat the divisor as x minus negative 6. If it was x plus 6, you have to do modifications like that. Okay, so let's do that one now. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, now, so here we have the x minus 6, right? So that 6 is going to go here, right? We're making that grid. Okay. Okay, so we have a degree 5, right? So the leading coefficient is 1. Oh, there we go. Notice that there's no degree 4 term. That's missing, right? So we're going to put a 0 in for that. Okay. Next, degree 3, the coefficient is minus 4, right? Again, let me say it again. We put the 0 here because the degree 4 term is missing. So we use 0 as a placeholder. We have negative 4 for the degree 3. For degree 2, we have a 2. Degree 1, we have a 4. And for the constant, we have a 7. Okay. So again, we're ready to do synthetic division. So the 1 comes down, right? And what do? We multiply, okay? So we do 6 times 1, that's 6, okay? And then you add 0 plus 6 is 6, right? So we get this. Okay, so that's what we have so far. 6 times 6 is 36, right? Now you add that to negative 4, you get 32. Good, okay. Next we do 6 times 32. That turns out to be 190. Oh man, come on, let me get this. Oh, just made it. 192. Okay, so we get that. And then you add it to 2, you get 194. Okay, almost there. 6 times 194, that turns out to be 1,164. And then you add it to 4, you get 1,168. And then 6 times 1,168, that's 7,008. Add it to 7, get 7,015. Big numbers, I know. That's okay. Okay. So now we're basically done, right? Remember, the quotient, Q of X, quotient, Q of X. So let me see if I can delete that. I don't know if it'll let me. And it didn't. All right, whatever. That's all right. A quotient Q of X, right? It's 1 degree less than the dividend. So it's going to be degree 4. Let me just move this up so now everyone can see. So we're going to have X to the 4, right? The last column here is the remainder. The first, the other coefficients, the other numbers in the bottom row, those are the coefficients of the quotient. So we have X to the 4, 6x cubed, plus 32x squared, oh boy, plus 194 times x. I'm going to go off the page a bit, move this over, plus 1168. But I think everyone can see that. The remainder, right, wonderful R of x is this number, 7,015. Okay? So that's what we get here. Okay? So that's what happens in this example. So again, it was another synthetic division. Are there any questions on this? Okay. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Let me just move this one down. The next one, notice we're dividing by x squared minus 8. See if I can zoom in a bit. Okay. Good, there we go, there we go. So since we're dividing by x squared minus 8, we can't use synthetic division, right? We can't. If it was x minus 8, we could, but it's not. It's x squared minus 8. So we have to use long division. Notice also that, let's see, f itself is not missing any terms, right? F of x, right? You have degree 3, but you have the degree 2, degree 1, and the constant term. You have those already. So there's no missing terms there. It's also already in standard form. However, the divisor, x squared minus 8, that is missing the x term. How do we add it? We put in 0x. So we're going to x squared plus, what is this here? Oh, I can't see that. Plus 0 times x, just quickly, minus 8. Notice how I put the x term in there. I used the coefficient of 0. That's okay. I'm going to do long division now. So let me see if I can fit this in. 3x cubed. Well, oh, come on. Oh, give me a break. What the heck's it doing? I'm trying to get this to work. Let me try this. There we go. Wasn't letting me write it in for some reason. 4x squared minus 9x plus 10. Okay, so I think, let me see if everyone can see it. Yep, everyone can see that. Good. Wait a minute. Good. Okay, now everyone can see that. Okay. So again, what do we do next? We have to do long division. So we divide leading term by leading term. Well, if you do 3x cubed, right? Let me not do that. Let me just zoom out a little bit so I have more room so everyone can see more of what I'm doing. There we go. That's better. Okay. So we have 3x cubed, right, over x squared. What are we going to get? We're going to get, it looks like 3 times x. So again, I'm dividing what the leading term of the dividend by the leading term of the divisor. That's what I'm doing. And I got 3x. So the 3x, we put it over its like term, which here is the minus 9x. Okay? What do I do next? I multiply and I'm going to subtract that. So I'm going to subtract the product, which is 3x cubed plus 0x squared minus 24x. So even though we have 0x, I still added the exponents. Okay? Mostly so that I'm adding and subtracting correctly. But again, we have a minus here, so what I'm going to do is actually combine 2 steps. I'm going to distribute that minus sign, right? We can distribute, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to have to erase that, so let me get rid of that. Okay, so we have that. Like so. Okay, so all I did, again, I distributed the negative. So now we have, let me move this closer. We have minus 3x cubed minus 0x squared, although really I guess I could leave it the way it is. There was a minus 24x here, right? Now it's plus 24. Minus minus becomes plus. Okay, hold on, let me